Welcome to a Drexel English Language Center presentation on study skills for university preparation. My name is Dawn Kane, and today I'm going to talk about effective class participation. Before we begin, you might find it easier to hear this presentation if you use headphones. In addition, find the video pause button and use it whenever you need more time to read the slides. By the end of this module, you should be able to use key participation strategies before, during, and after the class. Students often ask, why should I participate in class? Many students who don't feel comfortable speaking in class just say, isn't it important that I just do the work? Well, the answer is that class participation is part of the work. It generally counts for a large part of your grade. It also helps you and everyone else in the class really engage with what you're learning. So pause for a moment and read over this slide. These are the extrinsic reasons, or the grade rewards, that make participation important. Teachers will observe your in-class participation over the term, and then categorize it as shown on this rubric. As you can see, there are many ways to participate in class. Of course, you don't want to be disruptive or talk too much, but you do want to also listen and encourage others. Additionally, one other key factor in good participation is coming to class prepared. Take a moment to read over these bullet points. You may already know that it is important to do your homework and your readings, but there are additional steps that you can take. It's a lot easier to speak in class if you have written down some of your questions and you've done your readings. So in addition to doing your homework, do you agree with what the author of your reading has to say? Can you imagine how what you are studying will be useful or not useful in different situations? You can make a note on these ideas as well. This should encourage your preparation. Finally, don't neglect what you need to do right before class. Sit in the front so you can hear easily and be seen. Don't forget to turn off your cell phone so that you are not distracted by it. Once class begins, it's time to focus. Don't hesitate to raise your hand if you don't understand something. Teachers in the U.S. don't mind if you ask questions about something you don't understand. Additionally, if you are listening attentively, your body language will show this. If the teacher really wants you to understand something, you can hear it in their voice. They also might say something like, "This is really important," or "This is a key point." This is a good indication that you will need to remember it. So write down these key points in your notes. And finally, don't forget to state those opinions that you thought of earlier, and encourage your classmates by listening to them carefully as well. So after class, you might feel pleased that you understood well and were able to participate. But if that is not the case, you can still get better. Make an appointment with your professor during their office hours to discuss what you are uncertain about. If you have trouble speaking in class, you can share that with your professor at this time as well. They may even try to make you feel more comfortable speaking in the class. Finally, if you can do some of your homework with classmates, you will find it easier to speak in front of them during the classes. Use your video pause button and take a moment to read over these sentence starters. Sometimes, if we just start to speak, then the rest will come. Asking a following question is another important skill. Pause here and read over the slide. So a following question is when you help build on a topic that someone else has already introduced. So of course you are listening, and then if there is something in the discussion that you don't understand, this is the perfect time to join in. The professor will know that you are asking a following question if you repeat some of the key words that have already been mentioned. So pretend that you are in an English literature class. Someone asks about how the character evolves or changes, and it has something to do with the conflict in the story. Perhaps you want to know more about what happened in the story? If you ask the professor to explain and use the words conflict and evolve, it gives the professor the chance to explain the idea in more depth. This can be helpful for the entire class. You might not be the only one with that question. Now it is time to evaluate your strengths and weaknesses. Read over the questions on this slide. What are you really good at? What is hard for you? Can you use any of the strategies from this presentation in your next class? Which ones? Write down your ideas. This concludes Module 1 on university participation. The next module will focus on the intrinsic benefits of participation. Remember, if you need additional help, you can always schedule a language support tutoring appointment through Drexel's English Language Center at the link listed here. Thank you.